Start our practice using 2 blocks, one to support our head and the other to place our shoulder blades just on top of it. And the height will depend how deep of the pose you want, setting ourselves up for Supta Baddha Konasana. So the shoulder blades rest on the first one, maybe level 2 of the block, and the support for the head, perhaps level 1 or also level 2 if you prefer this way. If you like an extra opening for the hips, of course, you can have that. But if this is not your focus for today, you can bring the feet as wide as your mat and allow your knees to come in, or even just extending the legs fully in front and just focusing on the upper body expansion. You can close your eyes. A moment for us to arrive into our bodies. Noticing the space that we are in. Noticing any sounds so they do not distract us during the practice. Just let them be. Let them float around you. Our focus is our breath, our body, and what goes on our mats. Try to soften across the space of your heart. Soften through the shoulders. Let go of any tension across your arms. And if your legs are extended in front of you, make sure they are relaxed as well. Take a nice deep inhalation, feeling the ribs expand. Softening on our exhale. Breathing in. Notice how good it feels to simply just be. To give yourselves the space to be. The last deep breath in your own time. Well done. Slowly from here, we'll bend our knees back in. Perhaps removing the support underneath the head. And slowly rolling onto one side to remove the block from underneath you. And we'll rise into a seated position. For this one, feel free to sit on a block if you like to have that extra support. Otherwise, just find your Sukhasana. And we take the arms to the sides and we begin creating tiny, tiny circles going forward. So really tensing this time our arms. Just make sure you're breathing throughout. Try to stay as still as possible and just allow those arms to go crazy. But very tiny circles, not too big. Going one way, and let's now change direction. Going the opposite way. You should feel this across the shoulders, hopefully. Keep breathing. Good, one more breath. And exhale, release. Bring the shoulders towards the ears. And exhale, roll them back down. Beautiful. Now let's grab the strap. This is one of my favorite exercises for the shoulders. I call this shoulder flossing. Bringing the arms up. This might take a second for you to find the optimal distance between the hands. And inhaling here, we exhale. We want to draw the arms back all the way and towards the lower back. Yep, as we inhale, we bring them back up. And exhale, we lower the arms in front. If you notice that you want a deeper stretch, bring your hands a little bit closer. Inhale to bring them back up. Exhale, we roll the arms back. A few rounds, the first ones especially, might feel pretty tight, but trust me, after 3 or 4 rounds, the shoulders feel much better. So just in your own speed without any rush. Very good. And the next time your arms are up, we'll try to dip the right hand towards the right and floss those shoulders on this angle. Yep, so not necessarily a straight line back, but we go back on the angle. And then we dip the left hand down to the left and we go behind. This again might bring you some interesting sensations. So just observe, stay present. Draw those arms back up and let's go to the other side. Make sure you're breathing. And then we come back and we release. Feels much better already. Putting the strap to the side for a moment. Coming off the block if you're sitting on one. And now setting your blocks again just in front of you for our puppy pose. We'll bring our elbows on top of the blocks, positioning the hips over the knees. You can start with your arms straight. Draw the belly in so we keep this nice and active. And from here, we want to melt the chest towards the mat. Now, this might feel already quite a lot and enough, so just stay here. Otherwise, you can bring your hands in and draw the hands towards the shoulders. You can keep the hands in prayer or let the hands rest on top of the shoulders. Keep the tail tucked and just melt the chest towards the mat. So your choice, how you keep those hands, how you position the arms. Just a few breaths for us to melt. Getting that stretch across the triceps too. Very nice. And the last inhalation. And exhale. Now allow the navel to go towards the mat so you soften through the chest. Re-extend the arms and melt a little bit deeper in your puppy pose. The forehead might rest on the ground. And we fully let go here. It is good to play between passive and active. Just interchanging between these two energies. And the last inhalation. And exhale. Now push those elbows against the blocks for us to rise up. Bringing the hands on top of the mat, blocks to the sides. And from here, go ahead and find your way into your downward facing dog. In your downward dog, perhaps this time today you bend those knees and you focus more on the shoulders, on your upper body. Really melting the belly towards the thighs, but keeping activation across the shoulders. So pushing the shoulders, pushing the hands into the mat so your shoulders stay stable. One more breath. And exhale. Let's release the heels towards the mat and we shift forward, finding our high plank. From there, knees to the mat, and we soften, we lower all the way onto the ground. Make sure you have enough space in front of you and just off the sides. Bringing the hands a little bit wider, just around the edges of your mat. We inhale, we push the floor away, we lift in our cobra. Exhale, we spine, we roll the spine down. Okay, try again. Inhale, we push the floor away and we lift into our cobra. And exhale, we roll our spine down. Inhale, we rise. Keep squeezing the glutes. Exhale, we fold. You can come onto the fingertips even if you like. Inhale. exhale. One more like this. And exhale. Now the next time we come up, as we exhale, we dip the right shoulder towards the center. Inhale, we push back up. Exhale the left shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale the right. Inhale, we come up. Exhale the left. Beautiful. Let's reset. Bring the forearms onto the ground. From here, bending the right knee. Keep the tail tucked, squeeze the glutes. You might want to just stay here, actively drawing the foot towards the glute. Otherwise, if you like for this to be a little bit more passive, bring the right hand on top of the right foot and gently guide the foot towards the glute. Keep the engagement across the glutes and keep the tail tucked. We don't want to dump into the lower back. So try to keep that engagement there. Your posterior pelvic tilt. One more breath. And exhale, we release. Bring the right forearm onto the ground. This might take a second or so to find the position of your arm for you. And again, actively pressing the foot towards the glute or bringing the hand on top of the foot and you gently guide the foot towards the glute. Not too much force, remember, just being kind and gentle to our bodies. Keep that pelvic tilt. Beautiful. One more breath here. And we slowly release and find our Sphinx pose. Exhale. Engage the glutes. Draw your chest through. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you can, lift the elbows. Make sure the eyes of the elbows are facing forward. Lifting the chest through. Inhale. Exhale. And one more breath. And exhale to release. This time, arms are going to go back. We interlace the fingers here. Draw the hands back. You open up through the chest. This time around, press the tops of your feet into the ground. Keep squeezing the hands. Draw your shoulder blades in. Feel the muscles along the spine contracting, lifting you up. One more breath. Exhale, we release, creating a little support for the forehead. Relax the glutes, wiggle the hips a bit to the right and to the left. Shake the legs. And then when you're ready, we reset for one more lift. This time, arms are going to go back, same position. But this time we'll add our legs, lifting the feet, the knees off the ground. Draw the shoulders back, your hands back, lift the heart. Exhale. Few more breaths. Beautiful, staying strong. Last inhalation. And exhale, we release. Again, creating a little bit of support for the forehead to come down. Wiggle the hips. Well done. And then bringing the hands underneath your shoulders. And we push the floor away, going towards our child's pose. And from our child's pose, eventually into downward facing dog. Setting ourselves up here. A breath in and a breath out. From our downward facing dog, let's bring our knees onto the mat. Inhale to rise, bring the arms up. And exhale, bring the right hand onto the right heel. Inhale to push the hips forward, open up through the chest. Exhale, bring the hips towards the heels, create this big circle with the left arm. And inhale, swap the arms, bring the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale again. We curl that right arm through, bringing the hand on the back heel. Inhale. Exhale to round. Inhale, right arm rises. And exhale, hands to the mat. Lift the sit bones, settling down into our downward dog. And when you feel ready, engage through the core. Press the left foot into the mat and take the right leg up. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale. Open up through the hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And we take the knee all the way towards the front of the mat. And we take the foot through. Exhale. Left knee to the floor. Take the arms up, Anjaneyasana. And hands to the waist. Exhale. Now just for a moment, try to find that tail tuck into that posterior pelvic tilt. And feel the engagement across the left thigh. From here, when you found that, you can bring your hands all the way from behind you, palms touch. Exhale, and slowly keeping the strong position, we want to draw the hips forward. Exhale. Now pulling back, inhale. Exhale again, we soften a little bit forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, soften. Two more. Exhale. Core is active. Breathe in and breathe out. Coming back into that posterior pelvic tilt, you can untuck the back toes and with the left hand reach for the back heel and see if you can take the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Two more breaths. Exhale. The last one in. Exhale. Slowly rising back up, arms to the sky. Inhale. Hands to the left side of the right foot. Exhale. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Now dropping those hips, open through the chest. Inhale. Push the floor away and round through the upper body. Exhale. Twice more. Dropping the hips, we look up. Exhale, we push the floor away and round. One more breath. And exhale, we round. Coming into neutral. And from here, we take it back into our downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. One more inhalation. And exhale. When you're ready, left leg reaches to the sky. Open up through the hip. See what's possible. Try to ground through the right foot. A breath here. And we draw the knee towards the nose. Guide your foot in between the hands. Exhale. Right knee to the mat. Arms to the sky. Inhale. Hands to the waist. Exhale. Let's pull back as we tuck the tail under. Inhale. Pausing here. Exhale. Now bringing the arms back. This time we grab hold of our elbows or the wrist if you need a little bit more space. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your hips to tilt forward. Engagement through the right quad and the core. Exhale, we shift forward. Keep your chest open. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Exhale. And the last breath. Exhale. Slowly we pull back, reaching the right hand towards the right heel. We sweep the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Two more breaths. Exhale. And the last breath in and out. Beautiful. Engage through the core. Reach up. Inhale. And hands to the right side of the left foot. Exhale. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, drop the hips, look up. Inhale. Push the floor away and round through the spine. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Slowly from here, step back, plank pose. Inhale. Knees to the mat, bend the elbows, lower all the way onto the belly. Beautiful. Again, make sure you have space now on the sides of your mat. Bringing the left arm straight to the side. With the right hand, we push the floor away, guiding the right foot towards the back, behind us. Yeah. Setting ourselves here for the scorpion stretch. Now, option 2, bring the right arm towards the left hand. Perhaps you find a bind there. Option 3 would be to bring the left foot closer to the right foot and bring the knees to touch. If this is too intense, just take a step back. Breathing. Exhale. Hopefully enjoying this nice juicy stretch for the left shoulder. The last inhalation, and we exhale. Slowly, let's extend the left leg, one step at a time. Right hand to the floor, and we come back. Beautiful. Resetting for the other side, so right arm extends to the side, and with the left hand, you push away. Left foot travels behind you, the head rests onto the floor. Option 2, left arm to the sky, and perhaps you look for a bind there. Interlacing the fingers, maybe option 3, right foot comes next to the left foot and you draw your knees in. Breathing. And the last inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Slowly again, re-extend the right leg, release the fingers, left hand comes back, then we come back onto our bellies. Bringing our forearms right back in front. The right arm is gonna go just in between your body and the arm. The left arm and the left arm is gonna thread the other way, finding these broken wings. And then the forehead perhaps rest on top of the mat. Now try to soften through the legs. The legs here are not really participating. It's the stretch for your upper body, for the shoulders. Relax through the fingers. Try to soften, surrender. One more breath. And exhale. From here, a bit tricky for us to come out, but start with the left arm, bring the left forearm in front, and the right forearm comes back. Great. Left forearm now threads, and let's do the same thing now with the other arm. So just make sure that you have the other arm in front, and then the forehead rests onto the mat. Remember, if you need extra support, you can always bring a block and place the head on top of the block. And now just relax through the legs. Focus on the sensations across the upper body, the shoulders. Beautiful. One more inhalation. And exhale. Again, slowly, as gracefully as we can, we bring the right forearm down and the left forearm out. From here, we tuck the toes under. We lift the hips, finding that forearm plank. A breath here and out. Bringing the hands instead of those elbows, push back into your high plank and downward facing dog. Exhale. Breathing in and letting go. Hopefully the shoulders feel a little bit better. stronger, lengthened. When you're ready, let's draw those knees onto the mat, untucking the toes and sinking onto those heels. Bringing now the right arm to the sky, bending the elbow, drawing the elbow a little bit closer towards the midline. Now notice what is going on with the lumbar spine. The ribs might be flaring out a little bit and there's an arch through the lower back. So if that is happening, draw the ribs in, navel in, find the engagement there. And with your arms, you can stay here, or you can bring the left arm from behind you, look for a bind, and of course, you can also use a strap. So just a few moments for us here to open up a little bit more through that upper body, through the right tricep. Staying with the breath, noticing the sensations. The last inhalation and exhale. Let's release the arms and bring the left arm to the sky. Again, to start with, let's draw the elbow in, bring the ribs in, the navel in. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you would like to go for a bind. Look for that. And of course, you can use a strap. And you'll, of course, notice that one side feels a little bit tighter than the other, and that is very normal. So just, again, be kind to yourself, soften the judgment, and just breathe. Beautiful. The last inhale, and exhale. Slowly, let's release the arms. Draw the shoulders towards the ears. Inhale. And exhale to release. Beautiful. From here, slowly shift onto one side. Bring your legs in front. Holding on to our thighs, we roll onto our backs. Bringing the feet perhaps a little bit closer, just checking in if we can graze the heels with our fingers. The distance will be different for everybody. When you're ready, inhale, and as you exhale, push your hips up, find your bridge pose. Really pushing those arms into the ground. Option 2 would be to walk your hands in, walk the shoulder blades in, perhaps interlacing the fingers, and just reaching those hips a little bit higher. Now what we want to do, of course, is to engage the glutes, dig those heels into the ground, and imagine that your feet are sliding towards the shoulders. This way, the hamstrings get to be activated. Beautiful, just stay with the breath. One more inhale. And exhale. Let's release the hands, release the hips. Allow your knees to come into one another, feet wide. A moment to reset. Inhale. One more breath. And exhale. Bringing the knees back out and setting up for our Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bringing the hands next to the ears. Same little steps for us to enter the pose. So first, let's bring the hips up. Engage the hamstrings, engage the glutes. As you exhale, push the floor away. Open up through the chest. Find your ground. Breathing. Keep squeezing the glutes. And the last inhale. And we soften. Exhale. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Release the hips. And this time, draw the knees towards the chest. Notice how your body is feeling. Perhaps bringing the knees from side to side or round in circles just to massage our lumbar spine. And from here, it always feels nice to find our happy baby. So bringing the feet up, either holding on to the thighs or reaching for the ankles or the outer edges of your feet. Make sure the lumbar spine stays grounded, shoulders soften down. Relax the breath. Soften through the face. Beautiful. One more inhalation and exhale. Slowly we draw the feet in, we draw the knees in, giving ourselves the last little squeeze. And then from there, extending the left leg to the left side, the right leg to the right. Arms rest by the sides. We take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Shavasana. Deepening the breath. And gently moving the fingers and the toes. Bringing the arms over the head, stretching the body fully. And we bend the knees, bringing them closer towards the chest. And we roll onto one side. And with our eyes closed, when you're ready, we rise up into a seated position. Relaxing the arms down, pausing for a moment simply to notice. No judgment. Observe the body just as it is. And we bring our hands next to the heart center. Feel the gratitude. Feel how full your heart is. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Namaste.